Tonight at 6 on Alaska's News Source, we hear from the man who was slammed to the ground during an arrest in Juneau, what we know and what he told us.
Plus, we're on the scene as police investigate the death of a child in Anchorage.
We have some clear skies here in the Anchorage area. I'll take a look at your forecast as we go through the week.
And Sports Director Jordan Rodenberger spoke with super cyclist Kristen Faulkner as she reflects on the one-year anniversary of winning gold.
You're watching Alaska's News Source.
For the first time, a Juneau man seen on video hitting his head on the ground during an arrest is sharing his story.
Our investigative team's Johnson Kuhn spoke with that man today from his Anchorage hospital bed. Johnson, how's he doing?
Yeah, John, 49-year-old Christopher Williams Jr. was surrounded by family as he spoke with me from his hospital bed at Alaskan Native Medical Center. Williams, who police still have not identified by name, was medevaced to Anchorage after video obtained by Alaska's News Source shows a JPD officer, quote, taking down the 49-year-old man. Now, again, this video will be disturbing for some to watch.
It's going to take a lot of rehabilitation.
Christopher Williams' family sending us this picture. He says his road to recovery will be a long one.
Not just for my shoulder, my thumb, my head.
Williams says he suffered multiple bone fractures and dislocations on top of severe swelling of the head. He explained Monday how he was waiting for doctors to drill a hole into his head to drain out excess blood from swelling. Police said what they called a takedown happened after they arrested Marissa Didrikson for throwing water onto a man while making racist comments. Police say she told her friend to, quote, take care of the man that she directed racist comments at. Police have not officially identified Williams, but Williams said details from that day are fuzzy for him. However, he remembers the feeling he got after his brother showed him the video at the hospital.
Disturbing. Considering everyone I know, everyone from Clinton and Haida, everyone from Alaska could see what happened, which was unjustified.
Last week, Tlingit and Haida tribal leaders said in a statement they were deeply concerned about the incident involving one of their tribal citizens.
One of the things that I'm curious about with the Juneau Police Department is, do they have an onboarding system? And what does their onboarding system look like?
Longtime Juneau activist Jamie Ann Hasselquist, who organized a Saturday protest, called last week's incident a bigger example of continued violence against Indigenous people.
The treatment towards our Indigenous people in this manner is nothing new. It's been going on for hundreds of years.
And we plan to ask Juneau Police about those concerns. Just before broadcast, JPD said their independent investigation is currently in place, and they anticipate it will take 30 days to complete. No names will be released while the investigation is ongoing, and charges have not yet been filed pending the investigation's conclusion. Johnson Kuhn, Alaska's News Source.
Johnson, thanks so much. And we're following breaking news out of Anchorage tonight. An investigation into the death of a child is underway along Foker Street in Anchorage.
Yep, Joe Allgoody rushed to the scene and is gathering information. Joe, what are you seeing? What have you learned so far tonight?
Yeah, that's right. Police are still investigating the death of a child in this apartment building behind me on the 4500 block of Foker Street. The call came in about 8 a.m. this morning reporting the death of a child, according to police, and they've been on scene since then. The medical examiner arrived in the last half hour and is currently on scene, but police say no arrests have been made up to this point. The neighbors we've talked to say they haven't seen anything or heard anything suspicious, but do say that there have been disturbances here in the past. We'll be following this investigation, and we'll share any and all updates tonight with you on the Late Edition. Joe Allgood, Alaska's News Source.
All right, Joe, thanks so much for your reporting. We'll continue to follow that story. And in Anchorage, the Samurai Sushi on Muldoon continues to run after a car smashed into the restaurant's window Saturday evening. The fire department says it happened about 6:15. 2 children were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The restaurant did close Saturday and reopened on Sunday. And Anchorage is seeing some nice weather this week as we just kick off August, Jackie.
Ooh, and the work week. Jackie Purcell with us for the forecast, Jackie.
Yeah, it's always nice to join viewers when we have some sunshine out there, and certainly across the South Central region. That's what we were seeing through the day today. Let's check out where we are again this evening in a number of locations. The Anchorage area, blue sky. We're seeing the same from Palmer. They're at 70 degrees. Fairbanks area, also seeing a current temperature of 70. Cloudy skies over the Ketchikan region in southeast Alaska and a current temperature of 60. While we have some lightning, it's been picking up. There is over 2,000 as far as the lightning count for the state so far through the day, much of that occurring right on into the interior where thunderstorms are possible through this evening and again as they pick up tomorrow evening for Fairbanks and surrounding locations. So tomorrow's forecast, 73 degrees for their high. Sunshine, but as those clouds build through the afternoon, that chance of some thunderstorms. Now, Anchorage should see some very nice weather yet again on Tuesday, expecting a high temperature of 68 degrees. Some areas of town could see the low 70s. Juneau, occasional rain showers up to 66 degrees in Bethel, also seeing rain showers up to 65. We'll have more on the forecast as we get into the rest of the state coming up a little bit later. Back to you.
All right, Jackie, thank you very much. And with virtually no lawmakers there, the special session continued today, days after lawmakers overrode the governor's education funding veto, restoring about $51 million to schools.
In a 45-14 vote, all members of the majority and 10 members of the minority overrode the governor's veto. That was the exact amount needed for the override to go through. Its funding, superintendents have told us over several weeks, is vital to keep their doors open. In a press conference following the override vote, the majority praised the outcome, and the governor says the majority will always ask for more money.
I would hope that today is a wake-up call, if you will, to the Senate President's comments. Governor, we invite you to certainly work with us. We consider you a partner, and we'd like to have more of an interactive relationship.
Money seems to be the go-to default to fix problems. We believe it's policy to fix problems. So the question I guess I would ask is, now that there's $700 DSA and $50 million was restored, when do we move from 51st up?
Now, the special session is technically ongoing, but both the House and Senate are recessed until the 19th. If you'd like more information, more reaction, info on the other veto overridden on Saturday, you can visit our website or our mobile app.
And reaction from local districts, Anchorage school district leaders saying right after that vote, it will provide in their, they provided in their view, this funding will provide in their view a quote, real and immediate difference and certainty for families, educators and students as they start the new school year. In the meantime, we heard this today from the Fairbanks North Star Borough School Board President.
Anything that does end up being extra, if we do end up with some funding throughout the year that it comes back to us, then that would then be supplemented into transportation and then helping offset our budget deficit for next year.
And with these funds secured, the board president says members should be able to retain money in the general fund. She said that that can be utilized at a later date or in case of an emergency. Please be sure to check out our reporter Will Courtney's full coverage of the veto override. You can live right now on our website and mobile app.
And Senator Lisa Murkowski not denying a bid for governor as she spoke to reporters this afternoon.
Yeah, sure was her answer to one question. A reporter asked about running for the position, saying later that she was not entirely serious about a run. Murkowski never threw out the possibility of putting her hat into the ring.
Which is an already crowded ring now that 7 Republicans have announced their plans to run.
Would I love to come home? I have to tell you, of course I would love to come home. I am not making any decisions about anything because my responsibility to Alaskans is my job in the Senate right now.
When asked later, the senator said she has not considered resigning from her seat to run for governor.
The senator also talked about her concern Senator Dan Sullivan's deal to secure funding for tribal public media stations. She also talked about her support for not cutting the Denali Commission, which helps build rural infrastructure. We've got more information on those on our website and mobile app.
Right. Well, tonight, reaction coming in from Russia just days after President Trump said he repositioned U.S. nuclear subs following threats from Russia's former president, who has raised the prospect of war online. That's according to the Associated Press.
We're extremely cautious with any statements regarding nuclear issues, the Kremlin spokesman says. As you know, Russia maintains a responsible position.
A Russian TV presenter, Dmitry Kiselev, also saying Russia will use its massive nuclear arsenal if needed. Tomorrow, transitioning now, we'll continue to follow that story. And we begin a three-part series tomorrow where we take a closer look at how Alaska has been impacted by calls to increase immigration deportations across the country. Tomorrow at 6, we're going to meet for the first time the man you see there on your screen. He was one of the men detained in the Anchorage jail this summer. And ahead of that, at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon, join us live on our live stream platform. Tracy Sinclair and I are going to be discussing this investigation, how it came to be, and some of what we found out. Join us then. And still ahead, we go one-on-one with Homer super cyclist Kristen Faulkner, reflecting on the Tour de France FOMS and winning her first Olympic gold 1 year ago to the day. 1 year ago today, history made by an Alaskan athlete at the Paris Olympics.
All right, Jordan Rodenberger caught up with that athlete, Kristen Faulkner, today. Jordan, how's she doing?
She is doing well, as on August 4th, 2024, the cyclist from Homer won a stunning gold medal at the Olympics in Paris. And tonight, Kristen Faulkner reflects on the highs and lows of that life-changing moment on the 1-year anniversary.
Kristen Faulkner from the small town of Homer, Alaska.
It was 1 year ago.
She is about to author the upset of a lifetime.
When Alaska's Kristen Faulkner made Olympic history.
And Kristen Faulkner in the shadow of the Eiffel Tower with a landmark U.S. gold medal in the women's road race.
Changing her life forever.
Definitely, that it takes some getting used to. I grew up in Homer, so I'm a small town girl at heart. Like, I never wanted to be famous. I just wanted to ride my bike fast.
And the lives of other athletes.
It's been actually really positive to hear from so many people who have young girls that want to get into biking. I think it's, they say I've inspired them, but I think it goes both ways. It's really inspiring for me and motivating for me.
Riding the ultimate high, on top of the podium, showered in Olympic glory 1 year ago, Faulkner has felt the lows as of late.
Just to have the contrast between last year and this year and how I'm feeling physically.
Exiting the Tour de France FOMS midway through the race after battling illness and an early crash.
You're not only struggling and dealing with the challenges of not feeling well, but you're doing it in the public eye. And I think that's something that can be really challenging as well. And, people might think, oh, she's used to being in the public eye, but I don't think anyone ever builds complete comfort with having a camera in your face when you're, ready for tears. So.
But whether she wins gold or has to fold, Faulkner has the state riding with her.
I get so much strength from all of the support that I get from Alaska. The people back home are going to be there for me, whether I have a great race or a bad race. And it is really motivating to hear from people from Alaska and just support me all the time, whether it's winning the Olympic road race or not being able to finish the Tour de France. So thank you to everyone for just being there and supporting me. And it makes me feel really proud to be part of such a strong community who really watches out for each other.
And we do have a full interview with the Homer cyclist, Olympic winner, on our website, with the one-on-one on our website, alaskasnewssource.com.